Yes, yes, ma'am. Young,
What is faith?
huh?
What is faith?
What is faith? Okay, everybody sit down. Here we go. Faith is believing in something that you know is not true. Faith is seeing something invisible and God makes it visible. You know what invisible means? Okay. Faith is speaking at a McDonald's for a hamburger. Were you here when I preached about that? No? Okay. It's driving through a McDonald's asking for a hamburger and staying there because you don't have it in your hand, but you know they're fixing it. Faith says, and faith is making something happen with your mouth. Faith is how you believe your heart or convince yourself that God is real when everything around you says God is not. Faith is what gives you imaginations and dreams to make your careers happen. And when you have faith that your careers and something good is going to happen to you, then the enemy, which is Satan, the devil, says, if I can make you regret what you ask for, you'll never ask for it again. Because everything you receive, everything I receive it by faith. Faith is a word that God gave us to help us understand the gift that he gave us in life. I'm going to ask you a question. Put the mic up to your mouth. What is breath? Have you ever seen it? How do you know it exists? You don't know. So why do you call it breath?
Because everybody says it's breath.
Because everybody says it's breath. We call it faith. I just want to see where you are. We call it faith because he calls it faith. Okay, let me get where you are. If everybody else calls it breath, then we call it breath. Okay, so if I do this, I just breathe. And now I have breath in my hands. I can't see it. But if it stops, I stop living. He calls it faith. So we call it what he calls it. And if we stop having it, we stop living. When you sit down in a chair and you know that chair is going to hold you up, that's faith. You believe it's going to hold you up. When you want for something and what you want for doesn't happen, faith says, wait, it will. Sometimes it doesn't happen when you want it to happen, but it still doesn't mean that it's not faith. Faith is shooting a basketball. Have you ever shot a basketball before?
Yes, sir.
What did you aim for?
The goal.
The hoop, right? So you let me see your form. Let me see how you shot it. Let me see. Wham. So when you release it out of your hands, where is it going?
To the hoop.
To the hoop. Does it always go in?
No, sir.
Do you stop shooting? Do you stop shooting because you missed it?
No, sir.
What do?
You keep doing it.
You keep shooting. See, that's faith. Because you don't hit it, you still shoot it. And sometimes you can't hit a three, you have to do a layup. You know what a layup is?
Do it again?
You know what a layup is?
No, sir.
A layup is when you go to the goal and you get real close and you just drop it in like that. That's a layup, right?
Yes, sir.
You shoot me a three-pointer from where you are. Shoot it right there toward the goal. Do you see that goal? You do? You don't? Well, shoot toward it. Okay, what are you shooting toward? You said you didn't see it. See, your faith makes it visible, and it sounds dumb to say it, but it was easy to shoot for it, right? So that's what faith is. It's seeing it even though nobody believes it's there. Now shoot it again in the three. Shoot. Did you make it? Huh? Now shoot it again. Did you make it? You missed that second one. Did you make it? Huh? Well, shoot it again. Now you took your eyes off of it. That's what's wrong with you, girl. You're shooting like this and looking at me. Look at it. Shoot it again. Shoot. Did you make it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you go get the rebound. Go get the rebound. Hurry. You know what the rebound is? Oh, girl, you get it back there. Okay, you shot the 3-point, and so you missed it. You know what a layup is now?
Yes, sir.
Go lay up real quick. Do the layup. Do the layup. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Did that go in? Okay, that was easier, wasn't it? Because it was closer. That's how you build your faith. You start doing layups. You start knowing, I can make it. Now, what you did, you shot from there at a three-pointer, but when you did your layup, you didn't go over here because you at least know where the goal is. When I told you to do a layup, you came straight to the goal and you shot it. Are you left-handed? Are you left-handed or right-handed? Right-handed. So you came right to the goal, though. You shot it from there, and when I told you to do an easy shot, you still kept it here, which means you believe you know where that goal is. Because if you didn't, and I said do a layup, you could have come right over here and did it. But you saw it. You made it real. It's a dream that becomes a reality. And you tell somebody what you're going to be. What are you going to be in life? What do you want to do? You want to be a veterinarian. You want to work with animals.
Yes, sir.
See, that's your vision. That's your passion. Do you have animals now? You don't have animals now, do you? You do? What do you have now? You have a Yorkie. That's a dog. That's an animal. So you want to work with dogs too?
Yes, sir.
So when you work, do you want to work with horses? Do you like horse poop? You don't? As a veterinarian, you're going to have to deal with a lot of horse poop. See, it's more than petting them. Somewhere along the line, learning how to deal with animals, you got to learn to deal with the mess that they make. Most people, when they have a vision, they like the way the vision looks, but they don't like to deal with the mess that comes along with it. When you have faith, you got to do it even when there's a mess involved in it. Okay? Now that's what faith is. It's making something come true. If you want to be a veterinarian, say it. Say, I want to be a veterinarian.
I want to be a veterinarian.
I want to be a veterinarian. Now, just because you're saying that, see, something can happen in your life. Your mom could die, your father could die, something could go wrong. You could fall out of school. You could drop out of school. You could have an accident. See, but you must continue to speak what you said, even though you can change your mind at any time, okay? But you have to speak it. Now put your feet together and click your heels and say, I want to be a veterinarian. I'm sorry, that wasn't part of it. Did you see the movie The Wiz? The Wizard of Oz or The Wiz? You saw both. And what did Dorothy do? She clicked her heels, didn't she? Because she had to say where she wanted to go. And then she had to do something that kind of gave a signal for it. And that's what your faith is. You have to say it. Now, I know, how old are you?
12.
You're 12. When I was 10, I was called to preach. I started preaching at 10. I never preached about faith because I didn't understand what faith was. But I was preaching God's word to people who had faith, but maybe they didn't know what it was either. They just like good preaching. So at 12 years old now, it is time for you to start understanding that everything you get done, you get it done because you speak it, and God makes it happen by that word that He calls faith. Okay? He did faith. That's how He made the world happen. He thought about it, and then He said, let us make man. He thought about the stars and the moon. So when He was thinking about it, it didn't happen. But when He said it, it happened. So it came out of His mind, from His mouth, into existence. And that's what faith is. Do you kind of understand a little bit better? Sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now so when somebody asks you what faith is, what you going to tell them? It's a layup or a three-pointer? No, it's a veterinarian or it's poop. See, you got a whole lot of stuff to talk about. But it's believing God for what you ask and then not letting anybody persuade you that it won't happen. Cool?